Scientists say their questions seem designed to cast doubt on their findings. So what's the reason for those calls?
We were contacted by the National Commission on the BP oil spill.
President Obama created the commission to look into the oil spill, but the two scientists say the commission's phone calls were unsettling.
I explained the work, but there seemed to be a grave concern as to why we are finding contamination, as there was sort of a loaded question. And then the questions were geared towards sampling permits.
The second thing we were asked is, do we believe that our data shows that the federal data is wrong? And the last thing, of course, is the National Commission impugned my reputation and said that they were trying to determine if we were sampling illegally.
This afternoon, Congressman Joseph Gao sent out a statement calling for a congressional investigation into the matter. Dennis and Angela.
Okay, thank you.
And so they were literally taking journalists and scientists out on their boat to show them this oil still in the water column. And they told me that after one of their trips, they had someone out with them taking samples. And they came back into harbor. And then when the person that was with them taking samples tried to leave, they were actually met by a federal agent in an unmarked car who tried to confiscate their samples.
Yeah, let me go to the phones. Darren in College Station, Texas. Hi, Darren.
Hello, Ira.
Hi there.
I'm an adjunct professor here at A&M, and we were also in the Gulf and got thrown out. We were testing a theory that the chemical composition of the dispersant they were using was causing the oil to sink. And we'd been there for approximately 3 days, and federal agents told us to get out, and it wasn't Fish and Wildlife officers. These were Homeland Security officers, and we were told that it was in the interest of national security.
I mean, I could see restricting access so that 500 people shouldn't be able to ride their dune buggies along the beach, but reputable scientists should have access.
Darren, did they take your samples away or take anything away from you?
Oh, yeah, they inspected the boat. They, of course, checked everyone's identification. And they took all the samples that we had. They also took some notes that we had. The theory that we were operating upon was information that had been given to us by someone who worked in the plant that made that dispersant. And they took everything.
Wow.
This is kind of an insane world that we've entered into in terms of the barring of reputable scientists from a public site where they can contribute considerably to the knowledge that we have.
Dr. Dealey, do you know of other cases like Darren's?
Yes, I've heard of other cases.
We might be able to go in one area, but not into another, or we've been going to an area and then we get kicked out.
This entomologist tried to study insect habitat in affected marshes, but was forced out, and samples she took after the BP blowout were seized by the police.
Well, if you're going to the Gulf Islands National Seashore this weekend, might be a good idea to leave the shovel and sand pail at home. The feds say BP workers can't dig more than 6 inches into the sand to look for oil. And as Channel 3's Dan Thomas found out today, we can't dig at all.
Well, we had come out here to the national park to show you just what exactly is in the sand lower than 6 inches. We wanted to use the shovel and give you a look, but apparently that's illegal.
BP has machines ready to go that can dig down to 18 inches. Quick look at the manual operation, and you can clearly see there's oil well below that 6-inch limit. But that's about all we can show you. As in the midst of doing this story, this happened.
You don't have a permit to do this.
A man claiming to be with the Fish and Wildlife Service stopped us to say it's illegal to dig in the sand.
So I can't build a sandcastle? Are you digging? What are you digging for, sir?
I'm digging in the sand to see what's there.
What do you dig? Are you digging for oil product? Are you
not necessarily. I just want to see what's there.
Okay, I'll tell you what. If you're not going to cooperate with me, I'll get a National Park Service refuge officer out here. I'll get a law enforcement guy out here to talk to you.
He said it would be okay if we just moved down the beach, so we did. But about the time I put the shovel in the sand, this happened.
How's it going?
A Park Service police officer asked to see my papers.
Okay, do you have press documents? Press pass?
I have a press pass. You want to see my press pass?
I'd like to see it.
He said that it's illegal to film in a national park unless I could prove I'm with the media. After showing him my press pass, he then told me what I was and was not allowed to do.
But he said we had to leave, so we left. He said, come to a public beach, which is right here, right?
Yeah, but you can't dig.
I can't dig?
No, you can't.
Okay. Why is that?
Because you can't dig in a national park.
So no sandcastles, none of that, huh?
Apparently, the National Park Service will only allow BP workers to dig, and only down to 6 inches.
And the National Park Service is looking at changing that rule, possibly allowing them to dig as low as 18 inches, but they won't make a decision on that for another couple of weeks.